something he needs, and rather than run after the guy, he's just walking calmly. He's like, "Hey, I'm using my Zen, my Asian my Oriental techniques that I learned in the monastery." And where the guy's like struggling to climb over a fence, he just opens the gate and walks through. And he does a lot of this to where, like, they keep it going longer than you expect. I was like, okay, I got to give him props.
It was the Mr. Bean version of Casino Royale, the opening scene of that whole movie. It was like the Mr. Bean version of that scene where he's chasing over that guy who's fucking jumping over buildings, doing all kinds of crazy shit. He's just kind of like opening doors.
Yeah, which
was clever. That's the one thing. I mean, I'll give credit to the film is that as stupid as the premise is, where I just anytime you introduce any kind of spy fucking premise, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to fucking leave. I just don't care. And I know that this series is so stupid that they've kind of refitted it to be a kids movie now, which I'm like, this wasn't a kids movie. You just needed to say it's a kids movie.
And you know what?
To get people in here.
And let's just say that I'm with you on spy spoofs because we just saw that used in Cars 2. And the spy spoof is right now it's just an old fallback.
I have nothing else. I want to puke every time I see any kind of James Bond fucking intro.
It's
now.
Spy anything.
It makes me
Spy hard.
But I will give the film credit that it actually, the little moments, and I'm talking about little moments that it shines. It really does. I mean, there actually were a few scenes where I laughed out loud.
Yeah, I heard you.
Okay, wow, that was fucking clever.
Yeah,
I feel embarrassed and ashamed that I'm laughing at this right now. But wow, okay, you
realize that you laughed at every monkey scene in the Zookeeper, right?
There was no monkey though. There was no. I guess Mr. Bean has replaced my monkey.
Then you'll be laughing the whole time. Yeah, I'll be right there with you, man.
Yeah.
I'm hearing you guys. I'm feeling like y'all went into this so determined to hate it because you don't like the nature of a spy spoof. Fuck it, it's a spy spoof. I'm not gonna like it no matter what. That you didn't see that it was actually kind of a cute and funny movie.
No.
I really liked this film, and I'm embarrassed to say that, but by the end, I was like, wow, I had a good time with that. It's a spy spoof, sure, but it regularly finds new ways of like getting around the same old jokes and doing something a little bit new with it. I like the fact that he's not just a complete ignoramus who succeeds only by dumb luck, the way that every other fucking spoof character film like this is, like every film Mike Myers has been in pretty much.
Yes.
It doesn't do that. It finds something slightly new to do with it. I mean, not hugely new, admittedly, but slightly. And Atkinson is an enormously talented guy. Even if I can't stand fucking Bean, there's no
You just insulted the guy for like 40 minutes.
I know.
And now you're telling us we're the asshole.
You insulted the guy
because we just can't comprehend a spy movie
you
with fucking Rowan
the guy
Atkinson.
for 40 minutes.
And I'm the bad guy now?
I started off by defending him.
Pulling some spy shit on me, right?
You just gave him a Corey Coleman compliment. Yeah. I mean, man, guy sucks, but hey, no, he's all right.
I said in the very beginning, I don't like Bean, but I like all his other stuff. You guys are the one. I've been sitting here listening to y'all go, spy movies suck, and spy spoofs suck, and Rowan Atkinson sucked. I've just been quiet.
You're right.
You guys are wrong.
You're right. No, we're wrong. You're right. Yeah,
I never think Rowan Atkinson sucks. I mean, even even though I thought Bean was a turd, the movie, I was like, well, I mean, it's not like I hate him. I just don't like the writing on this. With this project, with this Johnny English, maybe I did come in just like, because I saw the first one. I remember.
I never saw it.
Oh, I saw it. And I remember it started out kind of good. And then by halfway through, it just went in the toilet. I was like, God damn, y'all just really just didn't give a shit.
This was kind of the opposite.
Well, it was. I mean, look, I'm not going to say I'm as enthusiastic about this movie as you, but you know what? It's not vulgar and pointless like Austin Powers where you get tired of it.
Yeah.
It's not boring like Cars 2. It's not just completely goofy like Spy Kids where they just completely don't give a shit. It did have a certain charm to it.
May I ask you this? How does it compare to Leslie Nielsen in the great Spy Hard movie?
Oh my God! I'm like comparing Godfather to one of the Ernest Saves Christmas movies.
I don't even remember that.
You don't remember that classic?
So poorly reviewed. I never went to see it. It's like that was towards the end when Leslie Nielsen was like, "Fuck it, whatever."
Wow.
I know.
Yeah. No, that movie is probably the lowest point of any spy spoof that I've ever seen. That's the thing that ruined spy spoofs for me is Spy Hard.
I'm sorry, but Leslie Nielsen is like that monkey. Every time I see him, I just start laughing. I mean, he's like somebody's fucking dad who just got lost on a set is just walking around, and I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
So this movie you hate, but Spy Hard is gold.
Oh, see, I will watch Spy Hard any day.
I'm so glad to know that you really thought this out.
Yeah, believe me, it didn't take that long, Cyrus.
You got so many elements involved in your opinion there.
It did not take that long.
The tuxedo. I just had to come back because you mentioned that. That is that is the worst.
I'm sorry I mentioned it, but yeah, when I think back, I look at the tuxedo.
Jackie Chan.
Like, wow, Jackie Chan. Wow, dude.
Well, the only thing that makes that movie worse is you came in with higher expectations. But the third Austin Powers is still worse than that.
Didn't they make a fourth Austin Powers?
No.
No, they are going to make a fourth Austin
Jesus
Powers.
Christ.
We just keep thinking that shitty Guru movie is part of that series.
Well, it feels like the natural progression of shittiness.
Yeah, I know. It really did. It evolved from it.
It's like we go, how could it possibly get any worse?
Yeah.
Well,
thank God.
there you go.
Yeah, thank God that didn't start Jackie Chan.
Wow. You could have a whole festival of just bad spy spoof movies, man.
Don't give anybody any ideas, please.
Not if you want to keep any friends.
Yeah, but why would you, unless you were like an evil mastermind
who lived at the bottom of a volcano?
I know.
Trying to torture the actual spy.
No, I know.
No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to watch these shitty movies.
It would be co-host as a supervillain. He'd be forcing Bond to watch Spy Hard over and over again.
Not Cats and Dogs too.
Now I present to you Tuxedo.
you fiend.
No, but I mean, like I said, I will give the credit for the movie. Like, it actually did try to do something, at least as far as the funny department goes.
Yeah.
Where I mean, but at the end of when I walked out, I just didn't care of the premise. It's nothing I would tell anybody. You got to go see this. I wouldn't even say rent it if you're. I mean, only if you're a hardcore. And I'm talking hard fucking core Rowan Atkinson fan. And if you are, and I know you, there's a problem with that. It was fun for what it was, and if they're gearing it towards kids, I think kids will dig.
And that's worth what?
Yeah, and it's worth whatever those fucking kids think it's worth. I don't care.
Don't you pull Leon on me. You gotta give me something.
Oh, you want?
Give you a rating.
I'll give it a rental. I'll give it a rental.
Yeah, I'm right there too. It's about a rental, and it is. You know what? But it is that movie like you could take your kids to see. You sit there with them, and you'd be like, what I do for these kids, and you'd be like, that was kind of funny. Okay, yeah, okay, now I'm kind of into it, and you'd be like, hey kids, we should be quiet. I'm trying to watch the goddamn movie. Yeah, it's harmless. It's kind of funny, and by the end, like, it's not like I remember it that well. But I didn't have a bad time watching it, as opposed to the first Johnny English.
Right. I never saw the first one, but I it's weird that I feel the same way as you do, but more enthusiastically about it. I feel like it's one of those films that if you went, you're like, okay, well, it's fucking Saturday and I got nothing else to do and I want to see a movie. All right, fine, I'll see this one. And you'd walk out glad that you saw it. You'd be like, wow, I actually had a much better time with that than I thought I would have. You're right. I don't remember the plot that well because there's really not much to it. The reason you're there is to watch Rowan Atkinson, attempt to bring back his career and be funny again. And I think largely it's one of the best things he's done in a while, really. I thought found him to be genuinely likable and funny in this. I liked most of the side characters on the whole. I mean, if they had just messed with the script a little, had a little more of the courage of their convictions to wrap a better movie around the comedy bits that do work, they could have had a real solid hit here. But as it is, it's a low matinee.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? I actually do remember a little bit. I did see the first Johnny English. Okay. It was on a Saturday morning. I was there with you guys. I was there with you at least. Okay. Were you there?
I seem to remember.
Yeah. I was there. Yeah, you told me to go look at it, and I told you to flush it down the toilet.
These talks are of paramount importance. Rogue states in Southeast Asia have begun secretly to develop nuclear weapons. It is vital that we get China on side.
English?
Give me 24 hours.
Johnny English Reborn.